folks. You're hurting the wrong people.
Republicans are still pinning the blame on Democrats for the government shutdown on the eve of a potential crisis. But one day before SNAP benefits were set to be cut off, two federal judges ruled the Trump administration must use emergency funds to pay for them. The White House had been resisting using the contingency money.
That contingency fund, by the way, doesn't even cover, I think, half of the $9.2 billion that would be required for November SNAP.
What happens if 3 weeks from now, when all the money is gone, and they still haven't appropriated anything?
Several states, cities, and nonprofits went to court asking for the emergency funds to be released.
I sure hope they do the right thing. They don't appeal. They load the money up on people's SNAP cards, and they give the people the help they need.
On top of the SNAP uncertainty, staff shortages are creating delays at major airports, and federal workers are still not getting paid. President Trump posted it was time to, quote, initiate the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster. Congressional leaders don't seem to agree.
The filibuster has traditionally been viewed as a very important safeguard. If the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think our team would like it.
President Trump posted to Truth Social that SNAP benefits will be delayed either way, but he does plan to provide the funds when the White House receives more guidance from the court. In New York, covering news that matters, Connor Hansen, Fox 23 News.
More details for you now. Today, Oklahoma House and Senate Democrats asked for Governor Kevin Stitt to call the legislature into special session and declare a state of emergency for food.
The governor has touted the billions of dollars in savings that we have, and yet will not use a single dollar to help his constituents. He is patting himself on the back for not being able to put another cent into our rainy day funds because they are so full, all while leaving the stomachs of Oklahomans empty.
Governor Stitt said earlier this week he would not tap into the state's rainy day fund surplus to help with SNAP benefit suspension. Stitt says there are no guarantees the state will be paid back by the federal government. House and Senate Democrats say they want a special session to approve using $300 million of rainy day fund money to go to support the state's two largest food banks, seeing a new strain from SNAP users, furloughed state workers, and federal workers who haven't been paid in weeks. But Governor Stitt and state Republican legislative leaders announced this afternoon they will take a different path to help food banks, and a special session will not be needed. Stitt, Speaker of the House Kyle Hilbert, and Senate Pro Tem Lonnie Paxton sit on what's called the Contingency Review Board. It's a small but powerful state board that can make adjustments to the state budget in emergencies. Monday evening, the board will meet and has already agreed to vote to give food banks throughout the state $1 million of state money every week for the next 7 weeks. The Common Good Tulsa is expanding its community meals program to meet the expected surge in food insecurity in northwest Tulsa, where they say 1,300 homes in that area rely on SNAP benefits. The group is increasing the number of meals it serves each week, providing seniors weekday meals instead of once-a-week service. Children in the Common Good's middle and high school programs will also now get more substantial meal options during programs, as well as take-home meals for nights and weekends. And a developing story, Oklahoma daycare providers will lose some funding effective tomorrow because of the federal government shutdown. This comes after a mass message from Oklahoma Human Services yesterday saying they're pausing child care subsidies for new families and for renewing families with children 6 years old and up, except for vulnerable populations like foster children. Fox 23's Paris Rain checked in with a local daycare and a state representative to find out the major impact this will have on child care services.
We have very little time to get our ducks in a row and make a plan for how we are going to adjust with this huge loss of funding.
At Legacy Childhood Education Centers, owner Whitney McCory says providers are doing the math, and the numbers don't look good after DHS says they will lose some funding they were told was permanent.
I have a message for the leaders of Oklahoma and Governor Stitt in particular. He talks often about this rainy day fund that we have for Oklahomans, and it has $3 billion with a B, $3 billion we have in rainy day funds. I'm not sure what the legal process is to dip into those funds, but it seems like now is no better time. This is for Oklahoma businesses. This is for Oklahoma families. This is for Oklahoma children. If that money is not used for Oklahomans, what is it there for?
She says the fallout could affect everyone. Families, providers, and even private pay parents.
Early childhood are the most important years of anyone's life. We know that. We have significant data and research on that. If we want better schools in Oklahoma, it starts in early childhood. If we want lower crime rates, it starts here. We have to fund it. And Oklahoma should be proud of early childhood. We are the leaders in the nation for quality and standards. Our oversight is one of the top 3 in the nation. So childcare is really strong in Oklahoma, but we don't fund it like that.
As families and providers brace for impact, State Representative Suzanne Schreiber says this could have ripple effects on childcare.
The effects of losing a strong childcare industry in the state of Oklahoma and losing these small businesses is devastating. It truly will be, and I hope people will walk through in their mind each domino that falls when we don't solve this problem.
She says something has to happen and there will need to be a form of compromise to get it done. 75% of OKDHS funding comes from federal sources.
They come back to us in the form of monies from the federal government that the state chooses to spend on many things: food, health care, child care. Those are our dollars that are not here right now. And we need the federal government opened up so that we can get our dollars back and keep our economy going.
Covering news that matters, Paris Rain, Fox 23 News.
New at 9, the Okfuskee County Sheriff's Office requested the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation's help to investigate a homicide. OSBI says around 11 Wednesday morning, deputies were called out to a fight at a property in Walika. When they got there, they found 34-year-old Jerry Russell dead from an apparent gunshot wound. Deputies arrested 62-year-old Connie Hart, booked him into jail on a first-degree murder complaint. A Fox 23 update tonight on allegations of multiple sexual assaults in Coweta Public Schools. Coweta police say one new case was initiated today after about 10 parents, some of them with their children, had their concerns heard at a gathering of Coweta Police, OSBI, the District Attorney's Office, Wagner County Sheriff's Office, the Muskogee Nation, and Creoaks. All of those agencies made themselves available to the public at Coweta Baptist Church today. Coweta Police Chief Mike Bell says, along with the one new case, several people got counseling and several parents sought answers on cases that are either still being investigated or been turned over for possible prosecution. Authorities say they are committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of every student at Coweta Public Schools after Coweta Police say they've handled between 10 to 15 claims of student-on-student crimes over the last calendar year. Happening tomorrow, several new state laws take effect. One of those is a new hands-free law, which outlaws holding or using your phone in any way while driving through active school or construction zones. Now, you can still use hands-free devices like Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Lieutenant Mark Southall with the Oklahoma Highway Patrol says this new law will hopefully reduce the number of crashes caused by distracted driving.
Our hope is that people are deterred from wanting to pick up their cell phones in their hands while they're in construction zones or school zones, or honestly at any point in their driving. We really want people to understand that picking up your cell phone diverts your attention, takes away your attention from the roadway, which is the most important thing that you can be doing while you're driving.
If you're caught using your phone in hand, you could face up to a $100 fine. At least 3 Owasso families are displaced tonight after a fire at Rolling Hills Apartments on 116th Street North. Now, this is video of the complex after the Owasso Fire Department put the flames out. Police say one apartment unit ended up fully engulfed. A second unit has smoke damage, and a third has water damage from putting the flames out. No one was hurt, but one family lost their cat in the fire. 8 total families were displaced because the fire department had to cut utilities, but 5 of those 8 families are able to go back home once utilities are back on. New at 9, we're hearing from the company helping Tulsa International Airport expand its accessibility options for travelers who are deaf or hard of hearing. You can now download the IRA ASL app on your phone before you get to the airport, which is available for free. Once you're there checking in for your flight, all you have to do is tap one button and you'll be connected to a professional ASL interpreter who will use your camera and microphone to help you navigate the airport. Henri Grau with IRA told us how this will help travelers.
Prior to this, it was just a lot of just gestural language, typing on the phone back and forth or using notes. And now I'm able to order coffee. I can order a snack. I can get information at the gate from the ticket agent as to why my flight is is delayed. And worst case, if it's canceled, I can use the service to rebook a new flight right there, right then, in real time.
The IRA app has interpreters available 24/7. Happening tomorrow, the Muskogee Creek Nation is holding a ceremony to celebrate the city of Tulsa returning 2 local parks to the tribe. Council Oak Park at 18th and Cheyenne is the site where Muskogee Creek ancestors arrived and decided to call home at the end of the Trail of Tears back in 1836. Earlier this month, we told you Tulsa City Council approved a resolution giving that park and Stickball Park across the street to the Muskogee Nation to maintain. The ceremony is scheduled to start tomorrow at 10 a.m. Also happening tomorrow, it's the Day of the Dead, and Living Arts of Tulsa is holding its yearly festival downtown. The Mexican holiday honors friends and family who have passed away. People from the community will have altars to remember loved ones. There will also be a procession, a dance of the skeletons, and kids' activities, including a craft table and dance lessons. The celebration runs from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at Living Arts near North Detroit Avenue and West Reconciliation Way. Tomorrow also starts No Shave November, which includes a friendly competition between the Tulsa Police and Fire Departments.
Good luck, John. You're going to need it this year. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to try your secret and use donut glaze as a fertilizer to grow a better mustache.
You can see they're already joking about who can grow the ultimate mustache by the time the month is over. The Badges and Stashes contest is a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital at St. Francis. At the end of the month, kids at the hospital will get to decide the winner. Love that. And the loser will have to have their mustache shaved off. If you'd like to donate, we've got a link to the fundraiser in this story on fox23.com. Dreams are coming true here in Oklahoma. A man from Texas won the top prize of $5 million playing the Oklahoma Lottery's $100 deluxe gold scratcher. Ernesto from Iowa Park, Texas, bought his lucky ticket at Food Pyramid in Bartlesville during what he thought would just be an ordinary day. But one ticket turned into an extraordinary day. Ernesto is a land and cattle farmer who wants to buy more land, pay off debt, and build a new home. He says he bought the ticket thinking maybe he can make it all happen. Well, with his new millions, it looks like it will all happen. So congrats, Ernesto. Well, it's the end of NICU Awareness Month, and we're hearing from a local mom about her experience. Sarah Kern's water broke when she was just 27 weeks pregnant. She was rushed to the hospital and was able to carry the pregnancy for 2 more weeks, but then she went into labor, and doctors delivered her son, Cass, by emergency C-section at 29 weeks. He weighed just 3 pounds. Look how tiny. Oh my goodness, and spent 9 weeks in the neonatal intensive care unit.
One of the main things that continues to help me process the impact that experience had on me is connecting with other moms and also being able to give back to the NICU.
Today, Cass is a healthy child, and Sarah always works to give back to the NICU where she can. Ascension St. John sent us these precious pictures of some of their NICU babies all dressed up for Halloween. So cute. Look at the baseball one right there. They say getting the little ones in costumes, all Snow White, helps give families a sense of normalcy. Oh my goodness, so precious. They otherwise do not have that sense of normalcy this time of year. How cute. We wish them all the very best.
From the Berggraf Fox 23 Severe Weather Center, certified meteorologist Mike Grogan.
We are wrapping up October with fantastic fall weather after such a warm start to the month. Some chilly spells in between. We've kind of leveled out perfectly for those trick-or-treaters tonight. And the winds are light, but we do have quite a few clouds in our sky. As we go outside right now, light winds are ongoing, but this will pick up out of the north by the time we get to tomorrow as a cold front is inching its way into green country. Along it, we'll see a few showers develop, but in the meantime, just a lot of cloud cover as we go through the rest of the evening. You'll see some spotty showers that develop overnight to the early morning hours near southeast Kansas. This will continue to progress possibly to northeast Oklahoma towards dawn, so Tulsa northward prior to sunrise might get a few showers, enough to wet the pavement, not much more than a couple hundredths of an inch. Some of the showers around Tulsa may occur in the early to mid-morning hours. There to follow, those showers will continue to move southeastward, dissipate with clearing skies. For the rest of us, there's a good chance you don't get any of the rain or you get a sprinkler or two, and that is about it. to start off the weekend. Overall, though, it's looking a little chilly for brunch plans for your Saturday morning. Showers are ending around 9 or 10, and we'll be left with brisk conditions, even with sunshine only in the mid-50s by 1 o'clock, cooler than the previous days. And if you had plans to head up to Lawrence as OSU takes on Kansas Jayhawks, we have temperatures that are going to be in the 40s for the game. So make sure you're well bundled up for that with a few clouds, but it will be dry. Back here into Green Country, it's just going to be a chilly weekend with a high of 58 degrees. Don't forget to set those clocks back an hour. Daylight saving time comes to an end Saturday night, Sunday morning, and look at Sunday morning. 34 degrees for that low. That has prompted the National Weather Service to issue a freeze watch for all counties in eastern Oklahoma. This runs from late Saturday night through Sunday morning. Temperatures may not quite dip to freezing in all locations. It's going to be a close call, but with the potential for frost, you might want to protect your sensitive plants, move them inside, cover them up, as we don't have a freeze there to follow for quite a while, so this could save your plants heading deeper into November the way we see it right now. After that chilly start and chilly weekend, we're back to above normal temperatures, so this won't last long. A cooler but not bad day awaits us on Sunday with ample sunshine, and as south winds return early this next week, we're back to the warm-up. Well above average highs starting Monday and Tuesday and beyond. So mild weather pattern as we move into the month of November. And that appears to last for quite a while. The longer range outlook through mid-November calls for a warmer than average pattern. Not to say we can't have a few chilly days in there, but the large scale pattern does not support bringing in really any cold or Arctic air. So we may avoid a freeze for quite a while, and it may come without much rainfall as well, with drier than average conditions expected into the middle of the month and leading up to it as well. As you'll see here in the 10-day forecast, temperatures will be chilly over the weekend, 50s to lower 60s for highs, that 34-degree low. Then after that, 44 on Sunday night, so no risk of a freeze there. Then highs in the 70s. Mild days, cool nights, ample sunshine, maybe a spotty shower or two Thursday and at the end of the forecast, but really a great stretch of fall weather, great for fall foliage and any outdoor plans that you may have. We'll have meteorologist Phil Price back with you in the morning. He'll give you an update on any showers pushing into Green Country.
New at 9, we have new information on a planned Halloween terror attack the FBI says agents were able to prevent. 2 law enforcement sources described the reported plot as ISIS-inspired and said it unfolded in online chat rooms. Sherelle Hubbard brings us the latest on the investigation unfolding in Michigan.
FBI Director Kash Patel revealed the alleged plot and arrest of multiple suspects in a social media post Friday morning. He said, quote, "This morning the FBI thwarted a potential terrorist attack and arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who were allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend."
What happened here was they had this group under surveillance for months. This week, a couple of things ticked up. Number one, they went to a shooting range with rifles. They fired a lot of ammunition.
The FBI's Detroit field office confirmed that FBI agents in Michigan were present this morning in the cities of Dearborn and Inkster, conducting law enforcement activities. Authorities said the people involved in the chat being monitored by the FBI went to a shooting range with AK-47s, practiced high-speed reloads, and made a reference to, quote, Pumpkin Day, which could mean Halloween. Agents became concerned that a plot might be imminent, according to Miller.
The FBI had high-level discussions about, we have this group under surveillance. We have them under electronic surveillance, physical surveillance. We're listening to their devices and following their texts. 2 chat room members have been arrested. 3 others are being questioned. Sources say an undercover FBI agent gained access to these chat rooms where members were in the early stages of discussion. The decision was made to move in, make arrests, and see where the pieces fell. Covering news that matters, Sherelle Hubbard, Fox 23 News.
SpaceX released a statement this week saying it will bring Americans back to the moon sooner rather than later. It comes after NASA awarded SpaceX a $2.9 billion contract to develop a lunar landing system for the Artemis 3 mission, which is expected to head to the moon in 2027. They're running behind, so to speed things up, acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy opened up the contract to Blue Origin and other SpaceX competitors.
SpaceX, an amazing company. They do remarkable things, but they're behind schedule. And so the president wants to make sure we beat the Chinese.
The timing is important because China said this week it's on track to land its own astronauts on the moon by 2030, though Beijing says it still has a lot of work to do on its own landing system. We start our look at news across Oklahoma in a minute in El Reno, where a driver is now charged with second-degree murder in a hit-and-run that killed a police officer earlier this month. On October 17th, Sergeant Thomas Duran was flagged down by a pedestrian when police say Logan Primo's vehicle left the road and struck him. Sergeant Duran later died. In Ponca City, a high-speed chase ended with the suspect in custody. Police say Tanner Mora ran a red light Sunday night before leading police on a chase that reached 105 miles per hour. The chase only lasted about 3 minutes until police say Mora crashed and officers arrested him. In Oklahoma City, a driver had a very surreal close call when he was almost hit head-on by a military plane making an emergency landing. OKC fire crews responded after it was reported a National Guard aircraft crash-landed, sparking a grass fire in a field. The fire was quickly put out and no one was hurt. That's a look at news across Oklahoma in a minute.
Good evening, soccer fans. I'm meteorologist Phil Price, joined with Michael from Tulsa FC, goalkeeper.
Yes.
Big match this Saturday, 7 o'clock, One Oak Field, taking on Colorado Springs. You ready?
Oh yeah, we're excited. It's the first home playoff match that we've hosted since the 80s. So we've heard that there's going to be a ton of people out, and we need that energy for the playoffs.
Yeah, now this is a team that you guys beat last weekend 3-0, but you guys are 1-1 on the season.
Yeah, they're a tough team, and we know it's playoff soccer, so it's going to be a different dynamic. So we're just trying to take things one game at a time and put all of our energy into this.
Records are 0-0 now, right?
Yep, exactly.
So, hey, get a chance to get out there. Listen, Michael, the weather is going to be absolutely perfect. A little on the cool side, you might want to grab a jacket. But yeah, they'll kick off 7 o'clock, One Oak Field. It is rally towel night if you're going to be out there, and $1 beers. So, Michael, good luck to you guys, man. Bring home the hardware. Get out there and support them.
Thank you.
As we move into the month of November, there's lots to check out during our lengthening nights. We'll start with 2 great chances to see Starlink. The first opportunity comes Saturday evening a little after sunset. This satellite chain in the sky will first appear in the northwest section of the sky, migrating eastward at a maximum angle above the ground listed here. And if you missed that one, an even better pass awaits us Tuesday morning. You know you're seeing Starlink if you see a series of satellites in a line moving in a steady, unblinking fashion. This is sometimes called a string of pearls. That Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, November's full moon will be shining down upon green country. This is known as the Hunter's Moon and will be a supermoon like last moon, appearing about 8% larger and 16% brighter than average. A moon is considered a supermoon when it is within 90% of the moon's closest point to Earth in its elliptical orbit. This is one of 8 supermoons this year and the largest this fall. It'll be hard to miss. Unfortunately, that full moon may dampen the peak of one of our 2 minor meteor showers peaking in the next few weeks. The southern Taurids peak late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, the same as that full moon. These don't produce a high number of meteors per hour, but if you're patient, you may be able to catch one of these bright fireballs that they tend to produce at this peak moment. Look toward the Taurus constellation that will be overhead for much of the night for the chance to see a shooting star. The northern Taurids, a similar scale shower, will peak a week thereafter with less moon glow to diminish the views of these meteors. Finally, this is the weekend daylight saving time comes to an end. The earlier sunset time starting on Sunday will give evening viewers more time to soak in the heavens. It's the sweet spot in the calendar year when we're dealing with long nights, but the temperatures aren't all that cold, so be sure to plan on some stargazing in the coming weeks. For Fox 23 Skywatch, I'm certified meteorologist Mike Grogan.
Okay, he's moving. It started at sunset on the far western edge of Oklahoma and ended 500 miles later on the Arkansas border.
That was a long way.
For Jinx head cross-country coach James Strayhorn, this wasn't just a race. It was a mission.
So right now we're close to 244. You know, I never got too vulnerable. Like, I never really thought that, is this something I can complete? Or am I going to be able to get this done? It was always something I knew I could do, and it was tough. But whether you're a new runner or whether you just have a hobby or a sport or a desire to have a dream, we really are capable of just like doing what we think we're capable of.
With each step, Strayhorn was raising money for the Jinx Community Food Bank and his own student athletes.
it's the first time I felt like I've been really plugged into like a community. And so I thought like I should use that to benefit others. And so that's why I thought, I wonder, I should raise some money for, benefit my athletes, the ones that are always around me. But then also, how can I give back to just people that are around us, not just us?
And when the miles got hard, it was his students who kept him going.
It was like meaningful in the whole midst of my journey. Just kind of allowed me to like look forward to coming through Tulsa, knowing that it wasn't just going to be about seeing all my students and families, but it also meant I only had like 80 miles to go.
After 7 days, 4 hours, 46 minutes, and 47 seconds, Strayhorn crossed the finish line, smashing the previous record by more than 24 hours.
One of the first things I did was just take it all in, and that's what the previous record holder told me to do, just soak it in, and I did that for a few days, but now it's back to work.
Now, Coach Strayhorn is passing the baton, inspiring a whole new generation of runners, including one very special fan.
My kids' first cross-country meets in 2 weeks, and now I want to shift everything to them and to focus on back to my family and my kids, and here we go.
What's your favorite part about running?
Probably racing. I had run in 4 miles, only 4 miles, and 5 and 6 miles. 6 miles was don't stumble.
In Jinx, covering news that matters, Kaylee Garnine, Fox 23 Sports.
The Oklahoma Sports Spotlight is a weekly segment we do here at Fox 23. If you would like to suggest someone for us to spotlight, just email us at sports@fox23.com.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 23 News at 9 online. Make sure to tune in to Fox 23 for a Halloween edition of high school football tonight. We're bringing you the highlights from games across Green Country, including our game of the week, Deer Creek at Bixby. That's on Fox 23 after the World Series. I'm Shay Rozzi. Have a good night and a great weekend.